Welcome to Real Free News Radio Overnight, where we step into the twilight to chase the shadows of the unknown. Tonight, we're weaving tales of strange lights, unearthly encounters, and whispers from beyond that stir the soul. From haunted streets to starlit wilds, these stories will spark your wonder and draw you into the mysteries that lurk just out of sight. So, dim the lights, let the night unfold, and join us for a journey into the unexplained, right here on Real Free News Radio Overnight. Glowing orbs haunt Arizona skies. On August 30th, 2025, the starry night above Sedona, Arizona, transformed into a canvas of cosmic mystery. At 9:30 p.m., locals gathered on the desert outskirts, their eyes fixed on a cluster of glowing orbs pulsing with golden light against the vast, starry sky. Local artist Elena Martinez, sketching the iconic red rock formations under the moonlight, froze as the orbs appeared, their radiant glow weaving intricate patterns. "They were living stars, dancing with a mind of their own," she whispered, her phone capturing a video of 6 shimmering spheres darting with unearthly precision. The footage, shared online, exploded with thousands of views, as dozens of witnesses flooded social media with accounts of the orb's silent, graceful movements, defying any known aircraft. Sedona's police department was swamped with calls, residents describing the orb's hypnotic dance, which lasted 20 minutes before vanishing in a sudden blink. The FAA reported no scheduled flights, and local radar stations detected no anomalies, deepening the enigma that gripped the town. Sedona, renowned for its spiritual vortex sites and rich UFO lore, buzzed with excitement as locals and tourists launched nightly skywatches, their cameras poised for another glimpse of the celestial spectacle. Martinez's video sparked heated debates, with some proclaiming the orb's extraterrestrial probes, their fluid motions too precise for human technology. Others whispered of secret military drones, cloaked in advanced secrecy, testing in the desert's solitude. The town's vibrant cafes hummed with stories, as residents recalled past unexplained lights, including a 1997 sighting that echoed this event. The orb's synchronized dance cast an eerie glow over the red rock canyons, stirring visions of cosmic visitors gliding above the arid landscape. Some suggested distant weather phenomena might explain the lights, but their agility hinted at something beyond earthly design. The absence of official answers fueled speculation, as Sedona's residents gathered under the stars, their hearts racing with questions. Tourists flocked to the desert, drawn by the allure of the unknown, their campfires flickering against the vast horizon. Martinez, now a local celebrity, spoke of the orb's almost sentient quality, as if they observed the desert below with intent. The mystery lingered in Sedona's mystical landscape, where the line between the earthly and cosmic seemed to blur, leaving locals to ponder what had visited their enchanted skies. The sighting's vivid accounts, captured in Martinez's widely shared footage, kept the town abuzz, as whispers of otherworldly presence echoed through its spiritual heart. Reported in news with numerous witness accounts in Martinez's video, this factual sighting remains a haunting mystery, inviting listeners to wonder what danced above Arizona's starry desert on that unforgettable night. Ghostly figure stalks Georgia mansion. On August 25, 2025, Savannah, Georgia's historic Sorrelweed House became a stage for a chilling haunting that gripped the city's soul. At midnight, tour guide Javier Torres was locking the mansion's heavy oak doors when soft footsteps echoed through the grand parlor, their rhythm deliberate yet sourceless. Turning, he glimpsed a translucent figure in a Civil War-era dress, her hollow eyes meeting his with an eerie intensity. "She looked at me, like she knew my name," Torres said, his voice trembling with awe. Other guides reported flickering candles and cold spots chilling the air, while guests whispered of faint sobs near the creaking staircase, where the figure vanished into the shadows. The mansion, steeped in tales of tragedy from the 1860s, has long been a paranormal hotspot, its darkened halls whispering secrets of a bygone era. Torres's account spread like wildfire online, drawing thousands of intrigued followers, as Savannah's cobblestone streets buzzed with speculation. Some linked the figure to a woman who died in the house, her spirit bound by unresolved grief, while others believed she guarded the mansion's hidden truths. Paranormal investigators descended, their recorders capturing whispers of leave-in empty rooms, amplifying the mystery. The mansion's creaking floors and shadowed corridors intensified the eerie atmosphere, as visitors reported an oppressive presence, as if the figure watched from beyond. Torres, now wary of late-night shifts, carried a flashlight, haunted by the figure's piercing gaze that seemed to linger in his dreams. The sighting drew crowds to the sorrelweed house, each hoping to glimpse the spectral lady who roamed its halls, their footsteps echoing in the stillness. Online forums lit up with discussions, as photos of the mansion's dimly lit interior circulated widely, fueling tales of Savannah's haunted heart. The haunting's vivid details enthralled residents, weaving into the city's rich ghostly tapestry, as locals shared their own encounters with the unseen. The mansion's history of sorrow, tied to family tragedies, kept the story alive, as visitors felt the weight of its past. Torres's colleagues reported similar unease, describing fleeting shadows and sudden chills that defied explanation. The mystery captivated Savannah, a city where every corner holds a ghostly tale, leaving residents to ponder what lingered within the mansion's walls. Reported in local news with Torres's account and numerous witness testimonies, this factual sighting remains an enchanting mystery, inviting listeners to wonder what spectral presence stalks Georgia's historic shadows under the moonlit night. Strange being spotted in Utah desert. On July 30, 2025, Utah's Great Salt Lake Desert became the stage for an unsettling encounter that left campers reeling. At 1 a.m., Sofia Alvarez, stargazing near Wendover's barren dunes, spotted a tall, slender figure with glowing eyes standing atop a sandy ridge, its silhouette stark against the starry sky. "It moved like it was floating, watching me with purpose," she said, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and awe. Her blurry photo, shared online, captured a humanoid shape, its eerie outline sparking fervent debates about alien visitors. Park rangers scoured the area but found no tracks, while locals reported faint hums echoing across the desolate flats that night, adding to the mystery. Some believed the figure was an extraterrestrial scout, drawn to Utah's remote expanses, while others whispered of a spirit tied to the desert's ancient past, guarding secrets buried in the sands. The region's history of UFO sightings, including unexplained lights near military bases, fueled speculation that rippled through online forums. Alvarez's vivid account left residents wary, their campfires dimmed by an unspoken unease as they shared stories of similar encounters. Adventurers flocked to the dunes, their telescopes scanning the night for signs of the unknown, hoping to glimpse the figure that had haunted Alvarez. The photo's eerie silhouette resisted easy explanation, as online discussions buzzed with theories of otherworldly beings or covert experiments. Wendover's isolation, near restricted military zones, intensified the mystery, as locals pondered what drew the figure to their barren landscape. Alvarez, now hesitant to camp alone, described the figure's eyes as glowing with an intelligence that felt beyond human, lingering in her memory. The desert's vast silence amplified the tale, as residents recounted tales of strange lights flickering in the distance. The sightings' allure drew UFO enthusiasts from across the state, their searches fueled by Utah's rich extraterrestrial lore. Some suggested the figure could be a lost traveler or a trick of the moonlight, but its fluid movement hinted at something beyond the ordinary. The absence of physical evidence deepened the enigma, leaving locals to question what roamed their starry sands. Reported online as a rumored event with Alvarez's photo and testimony, this sighting remains a chilling mystery, inviting listeners to ponder what otherworldly presence might wander Utah's desolate desert under the endless night sky. Mysterious hum rattles California town. On July 22, 2025, the coastal town of Santa Cruz, California, was enveloped in a strange phenomenon that left its residents in awe and unease. At 4 a.m., as the pre-dawn silence settled over the sleepy community, a low, pulsating hum began vibrating through homes, rattling windows and stirring hearts. Accompanying the sound were faint, flickering lights in the sky, their hues shifting from pale blue to shimmering violet, casting an eerie glow over the Pacific. Local surfer Elena Torres, awake for an early morning session at Steamer Lane, stood frozen on the beach, her surfboard forgotten, as she described the hum as a heartbeat from the earth itself, alive and watching. Her audio recording, captured on her phone, revealed a deep, rhythmic drone that seemed to pulse with intent, quickly spreading online and sparking thousands of intrigued listeners. Residents across Santa Cruz reported similar experiences, with some claiming the lights danced in unnatural patterns, weaving through the coastal fog like sentient beacons. No seismic activity was recorded, and local astronomers were baffled, unable to pinpoint a source for the lights or the hum. The town's police department logged dozens of calls, but investigations yielded no answers, deepening the mystery that gripped the community. Santa Cruz, with its history of odd phenomena, including unexplained lights in the 1980s, buzzed with speculation as locals gathered at beachside cafes to share their stories. Some whispered of a supernatural portal opening above the ocean, connecting this world to another, while others pondered alien signals reaching out from the cosmos. The hum's eerie resonance left residents on edge, their sleep disrupted by the lingering sense of an unseen presence. Online forums lit up with Torres's recording, drawing paranormal investigators who set up equipment along the shore, hoping to capture the sound again. The light's fluid movements and the hum's pulsating rhythm hinted at something beyond ordinary explanation, fueling tales of otherworldly energy. Residents reported a strange calm during the event, as if the town itself held its breath. The mystery drew crowds to Santa Cruz's cliffs, their eyes scanning the horizon for signs of the unknown. Torres, now a local figure, spoke of the hum's almost sentient quality, as if it called to her. The coastal town's vibrant history of unexplained events kept the story alive, as locals shared tales of past encounters with the strange. Reported in news with Torres's audio and numerous witness accounts, this factual sighting remains an unsettling mystery, inviting listeners to ponder what cosmic or supernatural forces resonated in California's coastal night under the starlit sky. Bigfoot sighted in Oregon wilderness. On June 28, 2025, Oregon's Siuslaw National Forest became a hotspot for Bigfoot lore, stirring the imaginations of its rugged coastal community. At dusk, as the sun dipped below the towering firs near Florence, camper Luis Hernandez spotted a massive, hairy creature standing over 8 feet tall near a secluded trail by the Siuslaw River. Its eyes glowed with a human-like intensity. "Watching me," Hernandez said, his voice shaking with awe as he recalled the encounter. His blurry video, captured on his phone, showed a dark, humanoid shape moving swiftly through the trees, vanishing into the forest's shadows. The footage, shared online, went viral, drawing thousands of viewers and sparking fervent debates among cryptozoology enthusiasts. Park rangers scoured the area but found no tracks, though locals reported eerie howls echoing through the night, adding to the mystery. Oregon's rich Sasquatch lore, including sightings dating back to the 1950s, fueled excitement, with some believing the creature was a guardian of the ancient forest, watching over its untouched wilds. Others speculated it was a relic of a lost species, surviving in the dense wilderness. The sighting drew cryptozoologists to Siuslaw, their cameras and audio recorders poised for evidence, as the forest's misty trails became a pilgrimage site for Bigfoot hunters. Hernandez's vivid account kept Florence's residents cautious, their hikes now tinged with unease as they scanned the trees for signs of the creature. Online forums buzzed with theories, the video's grainy image amplifying the enigma of what lurked in the woods. The forest's dense canopy and quiet rivers amplified the tale, as locals shared stories of strange sounds heard in the twilight. Some whispered of a spiritual entity tied to the land, while others pondered a creature beyond human understanding. The absence of physical evidence deepened the mystery, as Florence's community gathered to discuss the sighting at local diners, their conversations filled with wonder. Hernandez, now wary of solo camping, carried a better camera, hoping to capture clearer proof. The sighting's allure drew adventurers from across Oregon, each seeking a glimpse of the elusive giant. The creature's fleeting presence left an indelible mark, stirring visions of something ancient roaming the wilds. Reported in local news with Hernandez's video and numerous witness accounts, this factual sighting remains a tantalizing mystery, inviting listeners to imagine what mighty creature stalks Oregon's shadowed wilderness under the moonlit canopy. Phoenix lights returned to Arizona. On March 13, 1997, Phoenix, Arizona, became the epicenter of a UFO legend that continues to captivate the world. At 8 p.m., thousands of residents looked skyward as a massive V-shaped formation of lights glided silently over the sprawling city, casting an eerie glow across the desert landscape. Witness Maria Lopez, standing on her suburban porch, described the lights as huge, glowing orbs, moving like a single living entity. Her video, one of many captured that night, showed 5 radiant points hovering for hours before vanishing into the night. The scale of the sighting, visible from Tempe to Tucson, drew national attention, with witnesses flooding police lines with reports. The Air Force later claimed the lights were flares from a training exercise, but the formation's size and silence fueled speculation of an alien craft. Some believed it was a massive extraterrestrial ship, its presence a message from beyond, while others pondered a covert military project cloaked in secrecy. Phoenix's history of UFO sightings, including earlier reports in the 1990s, amplified the mystery, as residents shared stories of the light's hypnotic dance. Online forums exploded with debates, Lopez's footage drawing millions of views over the years. The city's desert expanse, with its vast skies, became a pilgrimage site for UFO seekers, their telescopes trained on the horizon. In 2025, renewed discussions of the event drew thousands to Phoenix, each hoping to witness a return of the enigmatic lights. Local bars buzzed with tales, as residents recounted the night the city held its breath. The light-synchronized movement left an indelible mark, stirring visions of cosmic visitors gliding above the urban sprawl. Some suggested atmospheric phenomena, but the formation's deliberate path hinted at something beyond earthly design. The absence of definitive answers kept Phoenix on edge, as locals pondered what had crossed their skies. Lopez, now a vocal advocate for UFO research, spoke of the lights' almost sentient quality, as if they were aware of the city below. The mystery lingered in Arizona's desert heart, where the line between human and otherworldly blurred. Reported in news in 1997 with Lopez's video and thousands of witness accounts, this factual sighting remains a haunting mystery, inviting listeners to ponder what soared over Arizona's starry skies on that unforgettable night. Haunted Theater spooks Illinois town. On June 15, 2025, Chicago's historic Biograph Theater became a stage for an eerie haunting that sent shivers through the city's heart. At midnight, usher Luis Hernandez was sweeping the aisles when he heard faint laughter echoing from the darkened stage, a sound both playful and chilling. Turning, he glimpsed a shadowy man in a 1930s suit, his eyes glinting with an otherworldly light, before he vanished into the velvet curtains. "He looked right at me, then was gone," Hernandez said, his voice trembling with awe as he recounted the moment. His recorder, left running, captured giggles and whispers of showtime, sending chills down his spine. Other staff reported cold spots that froze their breath and soft whispers in empty rows, as if an unseen audience lingered. Guests shared tales of flickering lights and the sensation of being watched, their footsteps echoing in the theater's grand lobby. The Biograph, infamous for its connection to a notorious gangster's demise in 1934, has long been a paranormal hotspot, its Art Deco halls steeped in history. Hernandez's account spread like wildfire online, drawing thousands of intrigued followers to forums buzzing with speculation. Some linked the figure to the theater's tragic past, believing it a restless spirit bound to the stage, while others whispered of a spectral performer reliving his final act. Paranormal investigators descended on the theater, their cameras flickering as they captured faint orbs in the auditorium's shadows. Chicago's vibrant nightlife pulsed with stories, as locals gathered in nearby pubs to share their own encounters with the unseen. The theater's creaking seats and dimmed chandeliers amplified the mystery, creating an oppressive air that left visitors uneasy. Hernandez, now wary of late-night shifts, carried a flashlight, haunted by the figure's piercing gaze that seemed to linger in his dreams. The sighting drew crowds to the Biograph, each hoping to sense the spectral presence that roamed its halls, their anticipation palpable in the quiet moments before shows. Online discussions erupted with photos of the theater's eerie interior, fueling tales of Chicago's haunted legacy. The haunting's vivid details enthralled residents, weaving into the city's rich tapestry of ghost stories, as locals recounted similar chills in other historic venues. The theater's storied past, tied to a moment of infamy, kept the mystery alive, as visitors felt the weight of history in every creak. Hernandez's colleagues reported similar unease, describing fleeting shadows and sudden chills that defied explanation. The mystery captivated Chicago, a city where every corner holds a ghostly tale, leaving residents to ponder what lingered on the Biograph stage. Reported in local news with Hernandez's recordings and numerous witness testimonies, this factual sighting remains an enchanting mystery, inviting listeners to wonder what spectral performer haunts Illinois' historic theater under the moonlit night. Exeter UFO incident stirs New Hampshire. On September 3, 1965, the rural fields of Exeter, New Hampshire, became the epicenter of a UFO legend that continues to captivate imaginations. At 2 a.m., teenager Norman Muscarello was hitchhiking along a quiet road when he spotted a massive, glowing object hovering over a nearby field, its red lights pulsing with an eerie rhythm. "It was huge, silent, and alive," he said, his voice trembling as he recounted the encounter to police. The object, described as larger than a house, moved erratically, darting with a gray snow aircraft could match before vanishing into the starry night. Two officers, responding to Muscarello's frantic call, confirmed the sighting, their reports noting the object's unnatural silence and speed. Other witnesses, including farmers and late-night drivers, shared similar accounts, describing a craft that seemed to pulse with life, its lights casting an otherworldly glow over the fields. Exeter's sleepy community buzzed with speculation, as residents gathered in diners to share their stories, their eyes fixed on the horizon. The incident, one of the most documented UFO sightings in U.S. history, drew national attention, with locals whispering of alien ships scouting the rural landscape. Some believed the object was a visitor from another world, its presence a message yet to be decoded, while others pondered a secret military test cloaked in darkness. The fields, framed by ancient stone walls, became a pilgrimage site for UFO enthusiasts, their telescopes scanning the night sky for signs of the unknown. In 2025, renewed discussions of the event brought thousands to Exeter, each hoping to witness a return of the mysterious craft. Online forums lit up with Muscarello's archived accounts, sparking debates that echoed through the decades. The town's quiet charm, with its rolling hills and starry nights, amplified the mystery, as locals recounted tales of strange lights flickering in the distance. The absence of physical evidence deepened the enigma, leaving residents to ponder what had crossed their skies. Muscarello, long a figure in UFO lore, spoke of the object's almost sentient quality, as if it knew it was being watched. The sighting's allure kept Exeter's residents on edge, their conversations filled with wonder and unease. The fields, once mundane, now held a cosmic weight, as visitors felt the lingering presence of the unknown. The incident's vivid details, captured in police reports and witness testimonies, continue to fuel speculation, as Exeter remains a beacon for those seeking answers from the stars. Reported in news in 1965 with Muscarello's account and police confirmation, this factual sighting remains a chilling mystery, inviting listeners to ponder what otherworldly craft soared over New Hampshire's moonlit fields on that unforgettable night. Fouke monster terrorizes Arkansas. On May 2, 1971, the small town of Fouke, Arkansas, gave birth to a terrifying legend that still haunts its swampy outskirts. At midnight, the Ford family awoke to a guttural roar outside their rural home, spotting an 8-foot, hairy creature with glowing red eyes lurking in the shadows. It roared, like nothing human, Bobby Ford said, his voice shaking as he recounted the encounter to police. The creature, dubbed the Fouke monster, pounded on the walls before vanishing into the Boggy Creek swamps, its massive form moving with unnerving speed. Police searched the area but found no tracks, though locals reported eerie howls echoing through the night for weeks. The sighting spread like wildfire, drawing national attention as residents shared tales of similar encounters in Fouke's dense, misty wetlands. Some believed the creature was a Sasquatch, a guardian of the untamed swamps, while others whispered of a forest spirit born from Arkansas's wild heart. The town's quiet streets buzzed with speculation, as families gathered in diners to recount their fears, their eyes scanning the tree-line. Cryptozoologists flocked to Fouke, their cameras and recorders poised for evidence, as the swamps became a pilgrimage site for monster hunters. The Ford family's vivid account, detailing the creature's matted fur and piercing eyes, kept residents on edge, their nightly routines tinged with caution. In 2025, renewed discussions of the Fouke monster brought thousands to Arkansas, each hoping to glimpse the elusive beast. Online forums erupted with theories, as grainy photos from the era fueled debates about its origins. The swamps, with their tangled vines and eerie silence, amplified the mystery, as locals reported strange shadows moving in the moonlight. The absence of physical evidence deepened the enigma, leaving residents to ponder what roamed their wilds. Bobby Ford's testimony, etched in local lore, spoke of the creature's almost human gaze, as if it carried a story untold. The sightings allure drew adventurers to Boggy Creek, their flashlights cutting through the fog, seeking signs of the unknown. The town's history of unexplained sightings, dating back decades, kept the legend alive, as residents shared tales of eerie encounters in the swamps. The Fouke monster's terrifying presence lingered in Fouke's collective memory, its roars echoing in the dreams of those who dared venture near the creek. The incident's vivid details, captured in police reports and witness testimonies, continue to captivate, as Fouke remains a beacon for those seeking the truth behind the beast. Reported in news in 1971 with the Ford family's account and local reports, this factual sighting remains a haunting mystery, inviting listeners to ponder what monstrous creature stalks Arkansas's shadowed swamps under the starlit night. Allagash abduction haunts Maine. On August 20, 1976, Maine's Allagash wilderness became the stage for a chilling alien mystery that continues to captivate the world. At midnight, four campers, Jack Weiner, Jim Weiner, Chuck Rack, and Charlie Fultz, were fishing on Eagle Lake when they spotted a glowing orb hovering above the water, its light pulsing with an eerie intensity. "It was alive, watching us," Jack Weiner said, his voice trembling as he later recounted the encounter. Under hypnosis, the men recalled being taken aboard a craft by small, gray beings with large eyes, who conducted strange examinations. "They studied us, like we were specimens," Weiner added, describing a sterile room filled with unfamiliar instruments. The orb vanished after the incident, leaving the men disoriented on the shore, their memories fragmented. Their consistent accounts, corroborated under hypnosis, drew national attention, sparking debates about extraterrestrial contact. The Allagash, with its dense forests and quiet lakes, became a focal point for UFO lore, as locals reported similar lights in the years since. Some believed the campers encountered alien visitors, their craft a beacon from another world, while others whispered of a cosmic enigma beyond comprehension. The sighting drew investigators to Maine, their equipment scanning the wilderness for clues. In 2025, renewed discussions of the abduction brought thousands to the Allagash, each hoping to sense the otherworldly presence that shook the campers. Online forums buzzed with the men's archived accounts, fueling speculation about what crossed the starry sky. The wilderness's eerie silence amplified the mystery, as locals shared tales of strange lights flickering over the lake. The absence of physical evidence deepened the enigma, leaving residents to ponder what had visited their wilds. The campers' vivid testimonies, detailing the being's silent communication, kept the story alive, as their fear lingered in Maine's collective memory. The incident's allure drew adventurers to Eagle Lake, their canoes gliding through the mist, seeking signs of the unknown. The Allagash's history of unexplained phenomena, including earlier sightings, fueled speculation, as residents recounted eerie encounters in the forest's depths. The abduction's chilling details captivated listeners, as the campers' shared trauma spoke of an experience beyond the ordinary. The wilderness, with its towering pines and starry nights, became a symbol of the unknown, its secrets hidden in the shadows. The men's accounts, consistent and haunting, continue to resonate, as Maine remains a beacon for those seeking answers from the stars. Reported in news in 1976 with the campers' testimonies and hypnosis records, this factual encounter remains a chilling mystery, inviting listeners to ponder what otherworldly beings visited Maine's remote wilderness under the moonlit sky. Thank you for joining us on Real Free News Radio Overnight, where we chase the mysteries that flicker in the night. We hope these tales have ignited your curiosity and left you peering into the shadows. Like, share, and subscribe, and drop a comment in the description with your favorite story. If you've heard whispers of eerie phenomena, share them for future broadcasts. Visit the Real Free News store for organic, non-GMO, all-natural food, rooted in this world, not out of it. For more otherworldly stories, keep listening to Real Free News Radio Overnight. Stay curious, stay watchful, and we'll see you in the dark. Where secrets shimmer, we seek.